What's going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another edition of this Pentagon Challenge. We are almost about to have our Christmas break in the Bundesliga in the 2035-36 season. Today, I'm bringing you the last game before that break. It's a kind of a big one. We're taking on Bayer Leverkusen, but in terms of the league, we're kind of in a very good spot. We're through in the Champions League. Can this be our year? Let's get into it. So guys, the last time you were with me was for this Bundesliga game against St. Pauli. After that, we've kind of gone on a nice little run again. Beat Feyenoord in the Champions League, which saw us qualify after 4 games. After that, we did rotate things a little bit. So we do go through second in the group. Obviously, we lost our lost the game against Atletico Madrid, but I'll show you that in a sec. So in the Champions League, we beat Feyenoord comfortably 4-2. We drew with Liga Warsaw. As I said, we were already through, so I fully rotated the squad for this game and fully rotated the squad for this game against Atletico. Didn't help that Mutombo was sent off. But as you can see from the players on the on the right hand side, kind of behind my head, we didn't go full strength. Players are getting tired already. It's in Christmas sort of time now, and players are getting tired already. So I need to kind of manage that a little bit better. In the Bundesliga, though, we beat Dusseldorf, we beat Wolfsburg, we beat Gladbach, we beat Leipzig, and then we annoyingly drew 1-1 away at Hanover. 91st minute equaliser from Sam Maxwell there. Maybe we took our eye off the prize a little bit, thinking it was going to just coast to another win. We are still unbeaten in the Bundesliga this season so far. 16 games played, 14 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses. We've only conceded 7 goals, and that's kind of what I wanted to do this year. I wanted us to be really solid at the back. Obviously, some of our younger players that we had signed have sort of matured and got better just through development, not really through any fault of my own of picking up players or anything like that, which is fantastic to see. We currently have a 10-point gap on Bayern Munich. They've lost 4 games already this season. Werder Bremen at home, Leipzig, ourselves, and Wolfsburg away from home. So we do have a 10-point gap after 16 games, looking like it could be back-to-back-to-back Bundesligas. Obviously, I did mention the Champions League. We are through. The 6 games of the group stage in Group A have been played. Ourselves and Atletico Madrid going through relatively comfortably. In terms of some of the other Champions League groups, Dortmund get knocked out. They were in a group with Man City and Real Madrid. Chelsea and Inter go through, seeing PSG get knocked out, which is ridiculous, seeing PSG get knocked out. Group D is kind of one of the easier ones. Roma and Krasnodar gone through. Barcelona and Bayer Leverkusen go through. Juve do not. Monaco, Bayern Munich go through. Leeds and Sporting do not. Spurs don't go through in Group G either. Milan and Porto going through, and then Liverpool and Benfica going through, completing the set of teams going into the knockout stages. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do get on and see who we do pick up moving forward, but that is for another episode. There's not really much else I need to catch you guys up on. I've got players who unfortunately do want to leave. Carsten Robel wants to leave. Mutombo still wants to leave to a bigger club. He is wanted, I believe he is, by West Ham. If he leaves to go to West Ham, claiming that West Ham are a bigger club, bearing in mind they're not playing in Europe, I will lose my mind. But we're going to start moving forward. As I said, we've got a couple players unhappy. Marcus Mandel also unhappy. I will let him go to certain people. Porto, no chance, not offering 9.5. 11 for Leicester, not quite good enough for me. 18, again, to be honest, you know what? I'm just going to accept the Norwich offer. And if anyone else wants to sort of respond to that, we can accept the Norwich offer of 21 million for him. That's hitting his valuation. He doesn't really play too much for us. He's made 1 appearance in the Champions League, and he's getting upset that he's not playing football. So probably the best thing to do for us is to let him go out the door. First versus third in today's Bundesliga action, though, guys. Leverkusen actually having a pretty good season of it. They did. I don't believe they were very good last year. So it's good to see them coming back up and sort of challenging at the top of the table. Because historically, I think Leverkusen have been a good little team. Obviously, having Ballack back in the day. As you can see, though, guys, I am trying to advance through the game. And you can kind of see how slow things are at the moment, because This is how big the save file is now. It's an absolute monster. So just advancing through days like this does take a long time. But there we go. We get through. It is time for the Bundesliga action. Is it? No, we go back. We wait a little bit more. Fitness test doesn't matter. First versus third. We've got obviously 13 points gap on them. But they are chasing Bayern Munich. So we can try and do our thing. Munich away to Cologne later in the day. And unfortunately, Cologne are in the relegation zone. So I imagine that's going to be a very comfortable win. Bayern Munich also, I will say, do want my key striker, Niels Bro, which is really frustrating. And I don't know why he would go. We are better. As I mentioned, we fully rotated the last game. Hence why all of these boys are back into the starting 11. We're going to move forward, obviously, taking the advice on board. We move into the game. I'm really happy with how we are set up right now. I wish we had a little bit more money to spend on a couple more players, but that could come in if Mutombo and Bro get picked up in January. Andrea Pepetti still a real player here. Yunus Musa, I believe, is still the real player. So Leverkusen got some interesting players here. I'm going to say give the opportunity to give the pundits to sort of, you know, get the cat amongst the pigeons, get the boys up and ready for this game. This is basically the starting 11 with the exception of Zaf, who is currently injured, I believe. He's either injured or suspended. So there's Pepetti playing at right back. Is going to be interesting to see how he gets on. I think Maya's going to absolutely tear him apart just because I think Maya's a very, very good player for us on that left-hand side. So we start the game. As I mentioned, we've been doing really well in the Bundesliga. We've got a nice big lead at the top of the table, and I'm hoping that we can get through past Bayern Leverkusen here. First highlight of the game, though, throw in for us on this left-hand side. Luigi Motta with the throw into Maya, into the penalty area. And I told you Adriano Maya was going to have a good game today. Gets the ball nicely on his chest, turns, gets the shot away, beats the goalkeeper at his near post, and puts us 1 goal to the good. Great turn there. Great finish as well from him. Yunus Musa's picked up a little bit of a knock there, which is unfortunate for Leverkusen. They're going to make the sub there. We have a free kick. Doesn't really go the way we want to, and they are able to counter here. This guy is absolutely flying. But Luigi Motta, this guy always seems to be my best trainer. His development has been fantastic since we brought him in from Lyon. Ball over the top. Niels Bro could be in here, could be away. Niels Bro goes for the dinky-dink-dink, and it is there for his 22nd goal of the season. You can see why this guy is wanted. I believe he's wanted by Bayern Munich and AC Milan. I'll be very disappointed, to be honest, if he goes to either of those. If he goes to Barca or Real Madrid, I can kind of understand it a little bit more. They are still seen as bigger clubs. But I will be very, very disappointed if he leaves to someone who I feel is kind of on par or below us. I feel we're kind of on par with Bayern despite beating them in the Bundesliga for the past 2 seasons. And I definitely feel we're better than AC Milan. Going into halftime, though, we are 2 goals to the good. As I mentioned, Yunus Musa is injured. He's 30. You can see how far we've gone into the game. He is 33 years of age at the moment. We go into the dressing room. Very pleased with what I've seen so far. Obviously, this is first versus third, but we are at home, so you would expect us to do very well. But in terms of performance, guys, I think it's relatively even. We're edging things in terms of possession, but we're definitely much more clinical with what we've done with the ball when we are in possession of it. Can Leverkusen get anything back out of this? Livingston, Nugzar, we're just playing such nice football. Shatter in the midfield, drops it back to Gross. Goes to the long ball over the top again. Niels Bro's going to get there, is he? He does. He gets there ahead of the goalkeeper, fires in his second of the game, and puts us 3 goals to the good. This is going to be game, set, and match. Hertha Berlin. Just on the hour mark then, we are very much in control of things, so I may look at making some changes in a second. I think Mutombo is probably one who's going to come off. I'd rather not take Niels Bro off whilst he's on a hat-trick. If he could secure a hat-trick like now, that'd be ideal, and then I can take him off. But we are playing some very nice stuff against the team that are, as I mentioned, 3rd in the division. Fernando on the ball, out to the right-hand side. We just got acres of space here. Cross comes over. That's a great save from the Bayern Leverkusen goalkeeper Taylor there. Having made a mistake, I'd say, for Bro's second. Definitely good to see him slightly atone. I never want to see us absolutely pace teams. Just get the 3 points and get through. Back to Chatter on the edge of the area. Fernando out to the right-hand side. Craig Livingston's on the ball. Abdullah goes for the shot into the side netting. Disappointing from him. Mutombo is booked, so I will look at making that change. Georges Musinga. He's one of the youth players who is now in the first team just to act as cover. He can come on for Mutombo there. I keep getting the things after each game saying that my physio are letting me know that they're all tired. And he is one of those players who I need for the remainder of the season. So he will be 100% getting preferential treatment in terms of the amount of games that he's playing. Lutz with the ball forward then for Leverkusen, today's visitors. Playing some nice stuff, actually. Playing pretty good. But we are very good defensively this year, I will say. That may all change if Mutombo does leave and depart somewhere. But I think the growth of everybody is the main thing. Nugzar, Luigi Motta have grown as players. Obviously, they've got Edson behind them as well, getting a little bit older. I'd still say Edson's not actually even into his prime just yet. He's still quite young in terms of a goalkeeper. But it's just the defensive awareness of everybody seems to be getting much, much better. We're giving up shots, as you can see, but they're not great high percentage shots. I guess you could kind of say that Leverkusen, considering the XG is very similar at the moment, considering that Leverkusen could be potentially hard done by here with the fact that we've scored 3 of our chances and they've not, unfortunately, scored any of theirs. And that is a red card. That is a horrendous challenge on Craig Livingston. Kielman's going to get sent off here. Nicholas Kielman gets that red card with just over 20 minutes of this game to go. Looks like we are very much in the driver's seat. And unfortunately, against 10 men, I don't see it changing. I'd love to keep another clean sheet. I think that'd be fantastic. I really want a good defensive effort from the boys this year. Nugzar with the cross coming across. Papetti gets it clear. James Chatter. Another one goes just narrowly wide. I'm going to take Nilsbro off. He is quite tired. Olaf Duca can come on. I also think Luis Fernando has done very, very well. So we will bring on Frank Schaller. Just as the final substitutions. I hope Nilsbro doesn't get offended that I'd taken him off with 2 goals in the game already. But I'm just trying to preserve my stars and make sure they are as good and as healthy as they possibly can be for the remainder of the season. Someone did point out in a previous comment, why are my players always so tired? So this is something that I very much got in my mind this year to try and game manage people a little bit better. And sort of make sure that everyone is kind of fit and firing come the end of the season. 5 minutes to go in this one, though. Duca's going to have a chance. Hits the post. Unlucky for him. Obviously, he is the deputy to the main man, Nilsbro, up top. Looks like we're going to get a penalty here as well. Discipline gone for Bayer Leverkusen, unfortunately, despite me playing in the Bayer Leverkusen colours at the moment. It's just a Reebok top, but it's black and red, so there you go. Red card and giving away a penalty. Very, very sub-ideal for them. Looks like we are going to get a penalty. These ones usually are confirmed as penalties, despite going to VAR. Here comes the referee. And he says, penalty awarded. I don't actually know now bro's gone off who is going to take this one. But I'm going to let the game do its thing. Jesus, take the wheel. Anyone who wants this pen can take it. I don't care who it is. And I don't know who this is off the top of my head. I don't know the numbers as well as I probably should do. Number 12, Duca scores. Slots into the bottom right-hand corner, makes it 4-0. First goal of the season for Olaf Duca. As you can see, he doesn't necessarily play a lot. He's played a bit in the Champions League, but not really a lot in the Bundesliga. Goalkeeper goes the right way, but it's very well placed into the corner, rounding off a very resounding 4-0 victory for us. And again, we continue to roll. We continue to move forward. The team playing very, very good. As I mentioned about Edson, he's still only 22 years of age, but he's looking like a phenomenal goalkeeper. Could get up to a 4.5-star potential, 4.5-star current ability. Currently sat at that 4-star ability right now. Very clinical performance from us. Well done, lads. Great win for us. We move forward, though. And what does that do for the Bundesliga? It means we extend our lead because obviously Bayern Munich play later in the day, which is good. And now we go into the winter break, which is fantastic. We have a mid-season friendly against Celtic later. Obviously, I'm not going to show you a mid-season friendly. So what I am going to do, guys, is I'm going to get my head down again, and we are going to come back for the game against Bayern Munich, the big boy, the one that could really, really separate us from Bayern. It's in 70 days, so I've got plenty of time to get my head down and get some fixtures in. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. If you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and don't forget to ring that bell so you're told each and every time that we upload a video in this series. This season, I have a feeling, guys, considering how we've got on so far, I have a feeling it's going to be a special one, so you're not going to want to miss an episode. But until next time, take care. I'll see you on another one very, very soon.